So I think from the day one, we respected our mutual commitments, and I assured my American partners that the process is going well. Presidency is doing a great job in getting it through the Council as quickly as possible, and we have the same process going through in the European Parliament. So we are looking into the ways how to accelerate the process. I think after today's discussion, we'll continue to look for the ways what can be done to progress even faster within the Council in the European Parliament, and we'll have that discussions now. And as you know, tomorrow most of us will be in Strasbourg, so I'm sure that it will be one of the topics of the conversation which we'll have with our parliamentarians.
Thanks so much. So I had a question. You both mentioned that there was a joint understanding around common challenges when it comes to economic security. And so I'd like to have a sense of what did Washington and Brussels agree today in terms of concrete steps when it comes to tackling joint challenges around Chinese rare earth export controls, for instance, overcapacity.
Well, we have shared alignment and understanding to tackle the issues that face us both together. So we are working closely together, and we expect to work closely together on critical minerals, on rare earths, on a whole variety of those type of topics. Those are easy for us to work together, and those don't take up a lot of time when we're talking, because when everybody just agrees right away, it's not very difficult. So I think we spend the time talking about how to grow this relationship. Where can it go next tends to be the area of our conversation.
A couple of questions for Mr. Lutnick. First, you said that you would like to see the European Union having a balanced approach when it comes to the digital rules. Today you discussed with Vice President Virkunil the so-called simplification, the omnibus on digital matters. Is this not enough for you? And what else you would like to see? And secondly, are you planning to include a significant number of derivative items, products from steel and aluminium in your next extension list? And when is this next list coming?
My hope with respect to digital is that the European Union will take our advice and guidance, which we came in today, solve for some of the outstanding cases, resolve those cases, and basically create a framework that we are comfortable with. Once they set that framework that we are comfortable with and we understand it, resolve these outstanding cases that are old, then I think we can go and attack the steel and aluminum, try to come up with a list and a model that works very, very well for the European Union and resolves many of these issues in a very positive way. So I think we are on the path. We are, as we use the term upstairs, we are all leaning in and leaning forward to resolving all these issues together and coming up to an ever-expanding and growing trade relationship together.
Let me just, if I can make a point on the Digital Markets Act. I know my colleague Maroš said that it's not discriminatory or intended to be, and I hope we're on a good path to resolving that. The United States has had significant concerns for many years about the Digital Markets Act and similar legislation in the EU. Many times the thresholds are set to the extent that it's nearly only U.S. companies that are captured. The enforcement is quite aggressive at times. It becomes complying with the law can become challenging. Sometimes our companies feel like the goalposts are moved. The fines can be quite large. I make this point not to be negative, but just to explain a little bit the U.S. position and challenge we see vis-a-vis these laws. So I'm greatly encouraged by the conversations we had today. We know that the European Union, that these laws are important to them, that they're trying to regulate, within their jurisdiction. We just want to make sure we're controlling for our companies that have global business models, that their global revenues aren't affected, and a variety of other things that perhaps could be modified to help accommodate their concerns and ours.
Okay, I think that will conclude our doorstep. Before we close, I just want again to thank you for accepting our invitation. We were proud, the Danish presidency, to host this lunch, but as I always also told my colleagues and reminded them about Milton Friedman's old saying, there is not such a thing as a free lunch. And I think the best way we all could pay back is by, as you said, leaning in and fulfill the implementation of what we have already agreed. And building on that, enhancing our cooperation, because as you stated, if we join forces, if you look at the numbers, we are so big that we can set the standards across the globe, and that will be an advantage for all American and all European citizens. So once again, I think this was a very useful meeting. Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess. So I will see you in a moment, the business leaders. Yeah. It will be another thing.